We're going to work today on the second half of lesson 4.2, which is rate of change of slope. We're going to do two things today. We're going to, first of all, work on if we were given a slope and a pair of points with one coordinate missing, how do we find that missing coordinate? We're going to do a couple of those problems today. And we're also going to work on graphing using the slope and the y-intercept or the slope and a given point. Okay, so first of all, this is kind of a common question that you're going to see when we start working with slope. It says we got the points -3, 8 and the point 1 r, and they line a line that has a slope of -3. We need to find the missing coordinate r. So what we're going to use here is our slope formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and what we're going to do is substitute in what we know. So we got this ordered pairs, these two ordered pairs we can substitute in here, and then the slope m is actually -3. So we're going to substitute all that in. I'm going to write -3 as the fraction -3 over 1, because any whole number can be written as a fraction over 1. And then I'm going to do the difference in y's, r minus 8, over the difference of x's, 1 minus -3. And now I'm going to solve this equation. Okay, I'm going to leave it as -3 over 1, r minus 8 over, and then 1 minus -3 is really 1 plus 3, which is 4. Now I have these two ratios, and when the ratios are equal, the cross products are equal. So I'm going to do cross products here. 1 times r minus 8 equals -3 times 4. 1 times r minus 8 is r minus 8. -3 times 4, -12. Okay, add 8 to both sides, and r equals -4. So the points -3, 8, and 1, -4 would be on a line with a slope of -3. So our missing value is -4. Okay. So let's look at another one of these. So in this case, we have points -7, 3 and -3 r, and they line a line that has a slope of 3 over 2. Find the missing coordinate r. Okay. So it's the same concept. We're going to take our slope formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we're going to substitute in the slope. M is going to become 3 over 2 because that's what the slope is. And then we're going to go r minus 3, -3 minus -7. Okay, so slope M, 3 over 2. Over here, difference in y's, r minus 3 on top, -3 minus -7 on the bottom. Okay, so it stays 3 over 2 equals r minus 3 stays that way. On the bottom here, -3 plus +7 is going to be 4. Okay, now we got a pair of ratios that are equal to each other, cross products. 2 times the quantity of r minus 3 equals 3 times 4. Distribute that 2 through. 2r minus 6 equals 12 now. Add 6 to both sides to isolate 2r. 2r equals 18. Divide each side by 2, and we got r equals 9. Okay, so r equals 9 in this case. So that would be the coordinate value right here. All right, so we were asked to find r, we found r. All right. The other thing we're going to do today is do some graphing. And guys, this is really straightforward stuff. Now, we graphed the other day by finding the x and the y intercept. Okay. Today, we're going to do a little different. They're going to tell us the slope of the line and the y intercept for that line. Okay. So in this case, the slope is 2/3 and the y intercept is -6. We're supposed to sketch a graph of that line. All right. So the fact that the y intercept is -6 means that the point 0, -6 is going to be on the line. Or in other words, the y axis at -6, that's a point that's on the line. So there's a starting point for our line. And then the slope of 2/3 means off of this point, I'll go rise of 2, run of 3, and that takes me to another point that's going to be on the line. So I go from my given point up 2 over 3, and there's a location of another point. Now all we got to do is connect those 2 points with a straight line, and there it is. There's the line that has a y-intercept here at -6 and a slope of 2/3. Done. Okay. Make sure we put an arrow on the end of those lines, by the way, because this is a continuous line. It goes on forever. Okay. So the next example here, we got a graph of a line. It's got a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of -2. So it's the same concept. All right. The fact that the y-intercept is at -2 means that the point 0, -2 is on the line. So here we are down at -2. That's my starting point. The y-intercept, we're on the y-axis at -2. Now, a slope of 4 is the same as a slope of 4 over 1. We always like to have a rise and a run. The whole number 4 can be written 4 over 1. So this means we got a rise of 4 and a run of 1 from any point on the line. Well, here's a point on the line. So we're going to go rise of 4 up from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, a run of 1 over 1. And then that point now is on the line. So again, y-intercept at -2, up 4 over 1. There's another point. Connect it with a straight line. There's our graph. Okay. And that's all we got to do. Draw that line. How do we handle a negative slope? All right. So the graph of the line has got a slope of -3/4 and goes to the point 4, -5. So now they're not giving us the intercept, but they're giving us a point. And that's going to be our starting point. So when they say passes through the point 4, -5, that means the point 4, -5 is going to be on my line. There's my starting point, -4, excuse me, 4, -5. Now we're going to use the slope. So a slope of -3/4 means that we got a rise of 3 and a run of -4. One of these two has to be negative, but not both. All right. I usually go up and then to the left. Remember, a line with a negative slope goes down from left to right. So we're going to go from this point up 3, which is positive, to the left 4, which is negative. That's going to give me a -3/4 slope. There's my line with a negative slope. Okay. One more like this. So graph the line with a slope of -3, but goes to the point -2, -4. So again, they didn't give us a y-intercept. They just said, hey, it's going to go through the point -2, -4. So that point -2, -4 is on my line. From that point, we'll use slope. So -3, whole number -3, we think of as -3 over 1. I want to have a rise and a run. So that means we're going to go rise of 3, run a -1. So up 3 to the left -1. Then draw a line through those points. There's our graph. That's a negative slope, right? It goes down from left to right. All right. So that's really all we're working on tonight. Being able to, solve to find a missing coordinate value if we know the slope and two of the points, but a missing coordinate. And then the other part of this is being able to graph lines, either given a point or a y-intercept and the slope. All right. So that's it for tonight. The homework's on Alex, and I'll let you get at it.